the opening serve. It'll be the sophomore defensive specialist, Melina Brooking, to get us underway tonight here from Chestnut Hill. That one sent deep. Anna Murphy handles it for BC. Back set, Katrina Jensen coming off a strong set of matches against Georgia Tech and Clemson, and Jensen on the board early for BC.
Yeah, had double-digit kills in both matches, including 16 in just 3 sets against Clemson. Hit 462 in that match, her best. She still has that ability on that right side when she's really in rhythm to be an outstanding outside hitter.
Cornelia Roach, who's won a starting job midway through the year at the middle. This one a tip, and that one out of the reach of Roach. There is Searzant, the setter, getting her first touch as a hitter.
Yeah, again, you really have to pay attention to it. She takes a lot of opportunities, as we said, 295 attempts this year. Even when she wasn't really setting for a stretch in the middle of the season, she was still getting her attempts as a hitter, so can do a lot of different things for Syracuse.
Nice pass by Elena Crabtree off the line drive serve from Zaria Harris-Wadi. And Crabtree answers back, drawing the block in the net. So we get to the first setter switch right away for Boston College. Here is Jane Petrie, the San Diego native, and playing with her on the right side. Up front is Jenna Pollock. That's sort of been the big rotation in terms of the hitting combinations for BC. They've used a lot of different players on the right side this year. That one over the block. Pollock able to save it. Murphy to her knees to clear it. Mira Lettermuller out of the middle, and that one is deflected out off Haggerty. Mira Lettermuller out of Germany, the other freshman setter, so Syracuse will bring Searzant back to the line as Ledermuller checks out. Serve into the net from Searzant. Teams trading points here in the early stages.
Now serving for Boston College, Elena Crabtree.
Crabtree's serve handled well by Brooking. Searzant to the outside for Greta Schlichter. Converted libero, now playing the outside. Tip from Pollock turned away. Dump ball, Murphy puts it into the net. Petrie can't save it. A good scramble there by Syracuse covering the tip.
And they've really tried to find kind of that middle spot on the floor right across where the line goes on the court. A couple of different balls that Boston College hasn't quite been able to get to because they've been sort of in an open area. Syracuse has done a decent job finding that spot early.
Schlichter having to step into a little bit of a different role. Nearly 80 kills on the year. Hand pass from Hallie Schroeder back to Pollock. Powered it through the block. Dug up there by Searzant. Big swing. Put away nicely by Raina Hughes. This is the tallest trio that Syracuse will bring to the front, with Hughes, McCabe, along with Harris-Wadi. Murphy brings Petrie back. Out of the back row, it's Crabtree with a roller. Dug by the libero, Alyssa Burt. On the tip, Haggerty clears it. Petrie, the quick set, and Schroeder powers it through. Got it off the hands that time of the middle, Layla Smith.
Well, same thing again, trying to find that open spot on the floor, but a really good read by Haggerty, and does a good job to just get it as high in the air as possible to allow Boston College to get into their set, and then they can run the quick offense from there.
Murphy, the libero, with the serve to her opposite number, Burt. Searzant again. Murphy with the adjustment. Crabtree, Schroeder over the block, picked up by Schlichter. Long bump set. The grad student McCabe just gives up the free ball. Petrie to the back, and Pollock finds the corner. Block in the net again, but it would have counted either way. A good swing there by Jenna Pollock.
Well, good start early here for Jane Petrie, and her sequence as an assist has gone quick, has gone short a couple of different times. Pollock in perfect position for that swing.
Murphy again. Bird elected to play that. Looked like it might have been sailing. McCabe. Murphy gets a piece. It's going to clear the curtain and almost catch a photographer down in the front row.
I mean, actually, if it had gotten the bounce off the curtain, would have been right back in play, but it just missed it.
Not a lot of space between one of the venting pipes and the curtain up in the rafters, but it found a seam and went out of play. Burt with the serve and an ace. Oh, that one dropped quickly, and Schroeder got caught flat-footed. First ace for the Orange. A lot of good drop on that serve from Burt. 25th ace of the year. Crabtree will take the follow-up. Petrie, Schroeder down the line, and Schlichter unable to handle it. So Schroeder answers right back with her second kill. And back to the center change for BC, and the Lambros-Jensen combination returns.
These are those important sequences when you switch things out and then you bring in Lambros, as we've talked about. One of the best setters on the team. That's when Boston College tries to go on a run.
Great set to the middle. Harris Wadi again.
And quick, too. That was probably the fastest we've seen the Syracuse offense go so far today. Perfect set to get right to the middle off of the serve right here. Really well done.
We showed you the numbers. Syracuse hitting below 100 as a team on the year. How about 6 kills, no errors out of the gate? There's a missed serve by Liedermuller.
Well, both teams right now are basically hitting at 600 as a team. We haven't had a single attack error in this first set so far. Pretty remarkable.
Everything clean out of the gate. We're even at 7. Schroeder back to the line for the first time. Popped up by McCabe. To the middle again. The block is there. Cornelia Roach couldn't sniff out the first one, but gets in front of Harris Wadi that time.
I mean, what a great example of taking advantage of an opportunity that's presented in Roach. Couple of injuries up front. Roach came in and just played great. Played to a point that Jason Kennedy could not afford to take her out of the lineup.
McCabe did well. Out of system there. Murphy laid it short. Liedermuller stretches it over, and that one is in on the near sideline. Murphy couldn't believe it. Terrific angle there by Searzan.
Yeah, you get a great look at it right here. That's the angle of that shot to miss the Boston College block.
Now Burking checks in to serve. Tough pass, kept alive, but Crabtree couldn't get back to her feet quickly enough there. Another terrific serve for Syracuse. Won't go down as an ace necessarily, but...
And it's a great example of you don't always need to be picking up aces to be really effective on the serve. If you're putting it in good spots, if you're taking things out of system for your opponent, that can be just as valuable and sometimes even more valuable than picking up an ace.
Crabtree looks to answer. Burt with a nice dig. Schlichter down the line. Terrific shot inside the block. Schlichter giving a thumbs up. Says, out's the set I want. Mini run here for the Orange. Jensen puts an end to it.
That time the tip was just enough to slow it down to find that open spot on the floor. Again, good setup for Jensen. This combination with Lambros has been the most common setter to right side for Boston College this year.
And it's been arguably the most consistent combination that has produced results as well for the Eagles offensively. Out of the middle, that one out wide. Harris Wadi just unable to really get on top of that ball. Jason Kennedy with a word of advice for Cornelia Roach on maybe where to set up defensively there. But was wise to let that swing go. Schlichter plays it, gets the set, and the tip. Lambros, Roach will set. That's going to be whistle dead. A lot of movement on that ball. And an easy call for the officials there. Harris Wadi back to the line. Another part of this large freshman class for Syracuse, a New Jersey native. Tough serve, tight set for Lambros, but she makes it work. Haggerty with a good swing, it comes right back. Haggerty again off the block, recovered. Back up set for Schlichter, blocked, put on top, Crabtree takes it and pinballs it off of Harris-Wadi out of bounds.
Maybe got a touch of a break there as it was probably going long on the right side, but close enough that you just kind of have to make a choice if you're Harris-Wadi, and Boston College picks up the point. So a couple of different times, Syracuse does a good job defending the middle before Boston College is finally able to get the point out of it.
Almost seemed like a last-second decision by Crabtree to take a swing there. Petrie's serve is an ace. Fourth ace of the year for the junior. Petrie filling in for Grace Penn. A great shot down the line.
Nice little comeback here for Boston College after Syracuse had taken a 10-8 lead.
Murphy pinballs it right back over. Nice defensive sequence there. Through the block and down from Sierzan. Denied by Murphy the first time, but the second time the Georgia native powers through. She'll go back to the line. Raina Hughes re-enters into the front. Deep serve, and Murphy lets it go out. Third missed serve for the Orange. It's potentially one of the difference makers in what is a tight first set. Here's Crabtree. Tight pass, Sierzan with a nice one-handed set, and it's slammed down there by Raina Hughes. Off of Haggerty, not much she could do with that one.
Middle's been effective so far for Syracuse. It was another good look. This Orange offense has been able to go quick when they've gone through the middle and they've found some open spots against Boston College. Both teams continue to hit the ball extremely well right now, both over 400.
Schlichter's serve, a deep one. Schroeder calls off Petrie. Crabtree rolled, blocked. Murphy dives in to save it. Petrie, Schroeder, spins it to McCabe. Hughes hammers to the back line.
So that whole sequence gets set up from the serve, and that's what we've talked about, right? It's not an ace, but the serve forces Murphy to just throw it up in the air. The setter can't get back to it. You become out of system the whole way. Syracuse has done a really good job controlling some points from their serves.
Clean pass here from Murphy. Schroeder tools the block. Quick answer from the freshman.
It's a veteran play from the freshman there. Read the block that was a little bit late, so just as you said, uses it to her advantage and gets the point.
Seen her do that all year long. Over 200 kills on the season for the Texas native. Murphy to the line, tied at 14. Short serve and an ace. BC goes in front. Anna Murphy with her 21st ace of the year. As we reach the media timeout here in the first set. Schroeder, the freshman, with the tool. Murphy, the senior, follows it up with the ace. Eagles lead it by 1 here in Chestnut Hill. Victory here. There's Brooklyn Yellen, one of the two Coach Lassos. Out of the timeout, Murphy a serve. Adjustment on the set from Layla Smith. Schroeder down the line, deflected off of Sierzan and out of play. Sierzan not happy with herself, thought it was a playable ball and just slipped through her fingertips. Murphy again switches it up to go after Schlichter to the middle. Smith hammered it. Murphy in for the backup set. Pollock rolls it too far. Tried to pick that back corner and maybe tried to be a little too precise with the shot.
I've been pretty impressed here how Syracuse has kind of, hung in. There's been a couple of different moments where it's felt like, hey, is this the start of a run here or there? But Syracuse did a nice job continuing to stay close here. This first set becomes so important when you've struggled to get sets. If you can get the first, you can start to change the momentum of a match early. It really can start a tidal wave at times. So this next little stretch here, huge for the Orange.
A little confusion on who that set was intended toward. Pollock races over to clear it. Schroeder, the angle tip. Bird able to save it. Schlichter, back row swing. Petrie to the middle. Roach off Schlichter, but she popped it up. Burt recovers again. McCabe couldn't find the line. Just had the body angled a little bit too much.
A really good point, probably best one in the match so far, all the way around.
The Orange playing on their back heel a little bit, even with the nice defensive effort there from Schlichter. Lambros back in on the setter switch. Her serve, a good one. Searzant blocked. Just the second block of the set, and it's Schroeder turning away Smith at the pin.
So here's that moment. Both teams, timeout taken here by Syracuse, their first of this first set. Both teams started out hitting extremely well. We talked about it. Over 600 early, even at over 500 each way as we got to the timeout. But as it naturally starts, not slip, but just kind of your regression to the mean, which team is able to adjust, having to win points in a different way as the set goes on. That's what can start to happen here. So a couple of attack errors starting to add up for Syracuse. Again, not a ton, just as the set starts to develop. And that's where, when you have a block as good as Boston College has been this year, you can really start to use that to your advantage. You see a couple of points, you get a sense of where the other team is going to be, and that block starts to have an impact if you're Boston College.
Just the second block for BC of this opening set, but certainly a big one as we get towards the nitty-gritty time in the ACC. Pittsburgh sort of putting its stamp on towards the top of the league, downing a very talented Wake Forest team 3-0. Louisville sweeps over Miami and Florida State as they cross the 20-win barrier again, and Duke picking up a big win at home over their rival North Carolina. And he said this was probably going to be a very top-heavy ACC, and that's pretty much how it's played out over the course of the year, Eric. We said it was going to be Louisville, Pitt, probably Georgia Tech. Those all three in the top 10 right now, but Florida State's having an excellent year. Miami, very solid as well. And North Carolina State is very much a game effort as well.
And we'll see them a week from Friday here in Chestnut Hill for NC State. But that's why that Louisville weekend's so impressive, right? Against Florida State and Miami, right on the edge of, hey, can they jump up? Is this a top 5 or top 3? And Louisville really makes a statement with a couple of wins in that series last weekend.
Georgia Tech dodged a bit of a bullet here last Friday. Eagles took the first set, battled back after being down 2-1 to force a fifth, had the lead in the fifth set here at home. Couldn't pull off the big upset. Brooking in out of the timeout, sends it over. Back at Jensen, look out. Well, Brooking called into emergency duty in the front row, but Katrina Jensen just going right through her.
Really good start to this match for Jensen. She's been able to cut the errors down a little bit here recently, and there's a violation, so Boston College will get another point here. Boy, what did we say? We're 15-14, and we said, all right, here's your crucial point here, and BC out of the media window, and you're gonna get another timeout here, has really started to take advantage. They've only made one attack error in this set, and this is where, again, it's early, we're still in the first set, but if you can find a way to build some confidence, and it feels like that's what Boston College needs a little bit from some of their pins. Just get a little confidence, and now for Jensen, this could be 3 games in a row of really effective, low error, high kill games. That's what you kind of need for this stretch run of the season here for Boston College.
3 kills on 3 swings to start the day for Jensen, so can't get much better than that. I'll even take it a step further, Eric. You go back to where Syracuse had their largest lead of the set at 10-8.
Yep.
Since then, 12-5 run in favor of Boston College. And Murphy had the longest run at the line, but it hasn't been, necessarily a 6 or a 7 point run. It's been 2, 3, 4, and just those mini runs, which usually add up in a set.
And it's not making mistakes. And that's what allows you to go on those mini runs here or there. You can absorb what's thrown at you, you prevent some of those mistakes, and you can get out to a lead here of 5 points.
Well, both teams at one point hitting close to 600. Syracuse has tailed off towards 214. BC hitting close to 400, 391, with just that one hitting error so far. Each side with 2 aces. Syracuse 3 errors at the line, no errors for Boston College. Feels like that's been a little bit of a factor as well. When you're a team that has struggled to find some consistency offensively, you can't afford to necessarily give away points at the service line as well. So out of the timeout, Lambros trying to extend the lead. Burt puts it up tight. Block from Roach, kept alive. Another block. Syracuse saves it. Set out of the middle, pushed wide, but the angle is there from Hughes. Schroeder got up there too soon. This time the set from Lambros, and what was a broken play on the Syracuse side turns into a point.
Pretty well defended play by Boston College, especially in the middle. We talked about Syracuse had gotten some points through the middle early on in the set.
So here comes Leader Mueller back in to take over setting duties. Schroeder with a pass. Jensen again, blasts another one through.
Jason Kennedy always used the word terminal. She's a really terminal player, and I think you see that so far today. When she's playing with confidence, you're seeing a lot of shots like this, just putting everything on it, just trusting that it's going to find the spot that she's looking for.
And it feels like at times that's what BC has needed as much this year, somebody to just finish off points. Nice slide run there by Lauren McCabe, the converted middle. Second kill for the grad student out of Oregon. Brooking returns. Orange in need of a run here at the line. Short serve, handled well by Murphy. Jensen again, over the top of the block. What a beautiful back set, too, by Lambros.
And again, it's just a perfect shot from Kat Jensen from that right side. That combination has been really good so far. Here's what you're talking about when we talk about the back set for Lambros. Just puts it in perfect position. That takes so much chemistry and years of practice together between those two in their senior seasons to be able to execute that correctly.
Brooklyn Yellen, the serving specialist, in for BC. There's a tip dug up by Crabtree. Haggerty there with the block on the second effort by Schlichter. Third time off the hands, right to Schroeder. Lambros, Crabtree finds a seam. Haggerty getting a piece of everything up front. That's what she does best. BC 2 points away from a first set victory. Searzant turned away. Haggerty right there at the apex.
You're right about the fact that the block number maybe isn't going to stand out in this set, but it feels like it's been a factor and in position a lot, and especially as this set has gone on and puts Boston College on set point.
Well, BC has found some timely ones since really the midway point. Serve long from Yelland on set point. So the window's still open for Syracuse. For Harris Woody. Line drive, out long, and that will do it. A fourth service error wraps it up for BC. They take the opener over Syracuse 25-18.
It's a pretty big responsibility, and she's handled it well.
Here is Lambros with the serve to start off set two. Challenges Burt, that's gonna fall. Little miscommunication there. Schlichter pulled off of it, expecting Searzant to come get it. And then Searzant was looking across, expecting Schlichter to step in. Out of the middle, that one sent long by Harris Woody. Well, Lambros looking to get BC off to a quick start. Bird able to fight that one off. Searzant's shot finds Crabtree. Lambros, Schroeder on the angle. Schlichter's there. Burt gives it back to her. Into the net. So Lambros with that ace to start off this set. Moving up the list. Very likely will catch and pass Allison Anderson for the all-time ace lead in Boston College history. Lambros unable to pick that one up. Harris Wadi puts it away. Second kill for the freshman and snaps the mini run to start the set for BC.
It's very competitive early on in the first set. Can Syracuse do that again at the beginning of this second set after the Eagles closed well in the first?
Tough serve, Crabtree, nice poke to bring it back. Free ball for the Orange. Liedermuller, Schlichter off the block. Crabtree adjusts, Lambros, Jensen, Murphy couldn't recover it. So Jensen turned away for the first time. Terrific block there by Searzant.
Not only the first, but certainly the best position the block has been so far today for Syracuse after Jensen had such a good start.
Line drive serve, one-hand set from Lambros. The tip popped up by Harris Wadi, and then the second ball falls in between Liedermuller and Hughes. I think that's Smith getting caught up with Liedermuller there. Another tough serve and another ace. Number 4 for the Eagles.
A really nice float serve here from Schroeder. Goes a little bit wide with it. You can see the spin on that ball and how difficult it is to pick up. Just kind of dives down at the last minute.
Searzant off the block and out of the reach of Murphy. So Schlichter got another tough serve, but was able to better handle it. And Searzant now up to 5 kills, 4 assists, 2 digs, and a block. Filling out the stat sheet once again. Serve challenges Murphy. Schroeder will set it for Crabtree. Couldn't adjust on the fly. Oh, Syracuse, though, caught in the net. Boy, Crabtree was in a tough spot there. And the net call helps kind of bail her out a little bit.
Yeah, certainly so. Was down, as you said, and was trying to recover, but Eagles get a break out of it.
Thinking challenge, perhaps, from the Syracuse side.
Oh, couldn't find the green card, but they'll say, do you want a challenge? All right, let's go look at it.
So, first challenge of the day as Coach Ganesh Ram will have the officials take a look to see whether or not a Syracuse player was, in fact, in the net.
So let's see if we can find it. Start off the net cam here. So tough to tell there because, again, you're looking for...
Looks like it's the ball that moves the net. Is there any contact there?
I would say no. Maybe that last hand all the way wide is the only thing. Certainly the player on the near side, I don't think so. But as we zoom way in, watch the end of it here. Maybe right there at the very end, but again, it's so difficult to tell. And that can be the situation on some of these. I mean, it's kind of the smallest of margins, and can you find indisputable evidence to overturn what is the call on the floor? So that's the only thing I can think of. Is there anything right there? It's certainly not a lot, but perhaps that is enough to put some question as into whether there is a touch or not, thus the call being forced to stand as it was called on the floor.
Well, Syracuse hoping they can find something to turn around this second set. They were neck and neck with Boston College right out of the gate, but the tail end of the first set, BC was able to really take control, and obviously Lambros got him off to a good start with a 3-point run here in the second. So the call is overturned. They will replay it.
Now remember, yeah, because that whistle came out, even though it looked like it may have potentially been falling, the point technically is not fully completed, and thus, as you said, the point has to be.
Now you see Jason Kennedy, he's making sure that it is a replay and not point to Syracuse. He's saying we should have an opportunity to play that ball, so
5-3, yep, that's correct.
They had originally given Syracuse that point, so they had to take it away. Searzant will get another chance and puts it in the net. So all that, the result is moot. Eagles get the side out. Brooklyn Yelland back in to serve.
Serving for Boston College, Brooklyn Yelland.
So this is a little bit earlier than we sometimes normally see Yelland come in as the defensive specialist, come in to serve.
Serving in Roach's spot in the rotation. Searzant. Schlichter. Trying to find the high hands, but missed it. Searzant again, this time to the middle. Haggerty there for the block, saved by Searzant. Bird out of the back row. Lambros, Crabtree had to reset. Schlichter, the tip, dug up by Lambros, and it's out of the reach of Yelland. Good tip there by Schlichter over the top of the block that time.
Now serving for Syracuse, Rayton Schlichter.
Schlichter back to serve. Spent some time with the German youth national team, the U16s. Tough serve at Crabtree. Back row, it's going to be Murphy. Plays it deep. Schlichter, Searzant to the middle. And Haggerty again with a solo stuff.
That's a pretty good job by Lambros to put that in a spot to give her team a chance, right? There's the block at the end of it. But that could so easily be a broken play, but by getting to it and again, throwing it way up in the air, you at least give Murphy a chance to get it over, and then who knows what happens. And again, BC relies on its block and is in position.
Haggerty once again stepping up. Free ball here, Murphy, Petrie to the middle, and it's Haggerty with a kill this time. First kill for the California native, Julia Haggerty, among the ACC leaders in blocks, but continuing to improve her offensive game as well.
Took such a big leap last year.
Searzant goes back. That one's set long by Hughes. Eagles in front by 6, and we're going to get a timeout from Syracuse. The Eagles up 1-0. They started set 2 on a 3-0 run. Quickly in front by 6. Boston College 10, Syracuse 4, as the Eagles try to pick up the victory here at home. Versus one of the key components for Boston College, showing off the rapidly developing offensive game with a big swing here, and then just before that, another block for one of the ACC's leaders, her second of the night. This one a solo variety on Layla Smith.
And we talked about her improvement last year in that sophomore season when you take that big jump, and she was right there in terms of blocks last year, 5th in the ACC, even higher than that this year at 1.42, up from 1.16. Just really steady in the middle. Boston College has had those middles, and a lot of them that we've talked about through the years since Jason Kennedy has been there, whether it's Kate Brennan, whether it's Amaka Chukwujeku. It's about their offense as much as anything else. And Haggerty has the blocks and now try and add, and has done so with bringing the offense along as well.
Got a piece of that one from Hughes. Petrie, Crabtree, my goodness.
Boy, that got Jason Kennedy out of his seat. He loved that shot from Crabtree. And again, this is what Boston College needs more of from their pins. Just get up and whack it and see what happens. It's such a great shot from Crabtree to get in position.
I think what he loved so much was the speed in transition that Crabtree got the ball. That one rolled into the net by McCabe. Eagles trying to run away and hide here in the second. Up 12-4. Petrie going on a run. That one left a little bit short. Just the second missed serve for the Eagles. Burt, the libero, heads to the line. One of 2 grad students on this relatively young Syracuse team. Burt in her second year with the Orange after coming over from Colorado State. Crabtree with the pass this time. Petrie, quick set. Haggerty the poke. Searzant. Hughes blocked but out. Good job angling it off the arms that time. Rainey Hughes with her 4th kill. Another tough pass for Crabtree. Murphy sets up Pollock. Roll shot. Came back over. On the line.
Wow.
Oh, Burt let it go. Couldn't believe the call from the corner official, but from our vantage point above the court, looked like it fell right on the stripe.
Let's see if we can find it. Yep, it did. Might have even been as much confused about the spin as that ball kind of came down and found the open spot.
Well, accidental offense for Pollock there. That one thrown toward the corner, put back on top. Haggerty wins the joust. How about that? Haggerty had to do like a 180 in midair.
Well, watch 23 in the middle, turning around, as you said, and just kind of winning a 50-50 ball. Really good job by Haggerty.
Searzant for Hughes. Yellen saves it. Petrie, Haggerty again. Oh, what a great diving effort by Schlichter. Hughes has to push over. Petrie to the middle. Haggerty buries it.
You can see it on a couple of those jumps. Just when you feel confidence when you're playing and you get in a groove like that, you can start to see it, you start to feel it on the court. And Haggerty's certainly on a nice run at the moment.
What's the old quote? Look good, feel good, play good. This one caught in the middle. Searzant has to surrender another freebie. Petrie, oh, it's a tight set, and Petrie caught in the net. Crabtree just put a little too much mustard on that one, maybe excited for what was about to come off the free ball. You see Petrie trying to do her best there with a one-hand set, but
yeah, right at the end of it, you start back, just kind of catch it.
Mueller into serve. Yelland with the pass. Back set for Pollock. Sent right back over. Yelland recovers. Petrie. Pollock a second time. This time the tip picked up by Burt. Bump set to the back. Searzant rolls it wide. So Yelland getting a little bit more run here. We're going to see another change from Jason Kennedy. It'll be Peyton Minyard, the senior, coming into the middle here. As Murphy goes to serve. Searzant popped it straight up. Schlichter sends it over. Murphy, Petrie for Schroeder. Off the hands, skipped off of Mueller. Searzant rolls it again, right to Schroeder. Petrie to the middle. Minyard's first touch, popped up nicely by Burt. Schlichter's down. Searzant over the top, comes through.
And down in an unlucky area, was right where the ball was.
Schroeder reaches for the tip. Diving effort, Schlichter got there. Searzant around the block. Murphy, Petrie with a great save. Pollock keeps the rally alive. Mueller to the middle. A tip, lands out. Just a little too tall there for Harris Wadi, but what a defensive sequence on both ends.
Yeah, it really was impressive on both sides. Schlichter was all over the place, made that excellent play right there, gave Syracuse an opportunity. The Eagles equally good on their side, and then just missing, trying to take something off and finesse it to the outside.
Lead extended out to 10 now for BC. Mueller, slide ball, McCabe. Again, just off the mark on the angle.
First time we've seen Syracuse try to run that play, and wasn't a bad angle. Just couldn't quite connect.
Timeout taken by the Orange, their second and final timeout. And you know what we were talking about, especially early in the first set, Eric, Syracuse able to find some consistency with the offense, hitting at a 400 clip for a good chunk of that first set. But it has dropped off quickly as they have had some wayward swings here in the second. Really, it's just sort of been a microcosm of how a difficult season has been.
Yeah, and you can kind of see as this has gone on, it's the errors that stand out. They've done some good things. You see the design of the plays. You can see the opportunities. I really liked what they were doing early. They were running quick, as we talked about Boston College do so much, especially with their middles, but just a few too many errors here or there. And again, this comes from a young team trying to grow experience. They're down in numbers a little bit as well, but trying to build their way back up as they try to go through this season, and eventually this young team's going to become an older team, gain more experience as they go through the next few years.
Yeah, trying to learn how to play out a system, obviously difficult. They've had to do a little bit of that tonight as well. You see 22 straight sets lost for the Orange, and this second set belonging to Julia Haggerty, doing it on both ends of the floor. And you see the defense with the block, but also showing the big swing as well.
Yeah, really impressive second set, certainly. And again, the numbers aren't going to jump off the page in the match so far, but it's just been really effective, has taken care of everything she's needed to. And the biggest thing in this game for Boston College, only 3 attack errors. They don't have a blocking error. They only have 2 service errors, so they've been pretty efficient and effective, played a clean game so far.
You said Haggerty's number is not going to jump off the stat sheet. 2 kills, 2 blocks. The biggest thing you won't see on the stat sheet, how many hits has she either deflected and made easy passes for Boston College to run their offense with, or how many errors has she forced from just taking away space?
That's right.
See Jason Kennedy looking for his 15th win. It would be yet another full regular season of 15-plus wins for the 6th-year head coach. Out of the timeout, they try that slide again. It was Minyard who got a piece, and then Schroeder puts it away. First kill of the set for Schroeder, 5th overall. Murphy to Schlichter. Searzant. Oh, what Murphy all over that one. Pollock had to tip, and it's blocked. Nicely done there by Searzant, getting big up front.
Well, we talked about Searzant, her ability to play a couple of different positions and really be a versatile player for Syracuse. Especially when you have a young roster like this, that becomes so important to have someone who can do multiple different things.
Brooking back in with a serve and an ace. Again, Schroeder didn't get a great look at that one. It's happened a couple of times. Second ace for Brooking.
Pretty good spin on that ball. Just dropped in, not by much. Yeah, you're right. We have seen that a couple of different times.
Just based on the reaction, it almost felt like Schroeder did not expect that ball to come her way. Crabtree tries to call her off. Pollock had to dive to save it. And BC thrown out of system with a tough serve, but the tip missed by Searzant. She's trying to throw it off the block and cut it back into the net as a result.
It's where Syracuse had some success in the first set, controlling the game off of their serve and kind of making sequences like that. But you see there, Boston College has done a better job just giving their team a chance. Just get the ball over, you have a chance to win a point. Sometimes it goes your way.
Burt has to chase this one down. Long throw over from Schlichter, Crabtree, Lambros, back set, Anna Harrington with a great shot, but a better dig by Burt. Schlichter a roller, Schroeder, Lambros, Harrington again has to reset and goes with a soft push. Schlichter with a tip, Lambros, Murphy. Back row, it's Crabtree off the block, right to Liedermuller. Long set for Searzant, pushed right to Crabtree. Lambros, Schroeder reaches and it drops. Every bit of 6'1", Hallie Schroeder climbing the ladder to get there.
Another long point. We've seen a few of these at different times.
Lambros again with the serve. Brooking ready for it. Tight set for Schlichter. Powers through the block. No nonsense swing from Schlichter that time. She's been asked to fill a tough spot this year. Generally a defensive specialist by trade, but she's had to play the front row and making the most of her opportunity.
Yeah, that's the second most swings for Syracuse with 14 of them in this match.
Schroeder with a clean pass. Hannah Hoffman in the new setter. Schroeder a roll shot, saved by Schlichter. Searzant shot, that one to the open corner. Split the difference between Hoffman and Crabtree.
That's just a really good read by Syracuse. Going cross court, finding that opening in the back corner from Searzant.
Tough pass and another ace. Crabtree handcuffed on that one from Harris Wadi. Fourth ace for the Orange. You see the shorthanded Syracuse bench, only 3 extra bodies. It's been the story, part of the story of the year for the Orange. Schroeder out near the bench. Crabtree brings it back. Hoffman sends it over. Ledermuller to the middle, pushed right to Crabtree. Hoffman back set for Harrington. Oh, almost found the angle on the tip and crashing into the net goes Hughes.
And tries to go with that back set. It's a little out in front, but as you said, Harrington, sometimes you have to find a way to create on the fly to find a point, and the Eagles do. Chandler Swanson will come in and serve now for Boston College.
Another of this talented freshman group for Jason Kennedy. Searzan out long. Should touch on Harrington for a moment, playing in just her 10th set of the year. She started opening night for Boston College on the right side against Michigan. Jason Kennedy, before the season, telling us, you know, she's become a really good blocker, worked really hard, and unfortunately went down to injury early in the season, and then Jenna Pollock and Audrey Ross and sort of the different rotations at the right side got an opportunity, and now Harrington with a chance to try to make a mark late in the season. Tough pass from Crabtree. Swanson will bring it back. Playable for Harrington, who gets it over. Searzan to the back. Hughes goes tall with that one. Check out the elevation here from Raina Hughes on the right side.
Nice back set there. Really good by Searzan. And again, when you have the lefty over on that right side, create a bit of a different look.
This serve will set up set point for the Eagles. As Minyard will take it.
Now serving for Boston College, Peyton Minyard.
Burt back over to Schlichter. Blocked, kept alive. Other side for Hughes. Went with a scoop shot. They'll give her credit for the tip kill. Kind of came underneath it, which is a little unconventional. I'm going to see if we get a review here. Thought the initial call was that it was point to Syracuse. But there will be no challenge. Point goes the Eagles' way. And that will do it for the second set. Boston College came out of the gate strong in set 2. And they ride a dominant set to a 25-14 victory. It started with the serve from Lambros. And Haggerty provided the defense up front. Eagles in front 2-0, looking for the sweep over the Orange here. Definitive correct answer to the question of what your favorite superpower would be.
Teleportation encompasses all. I don't like it. You
Is
pick
super
flying.
speed, does that fall into that?
Well, if you pick flying, you could just teleport. Then you don't have to go through the effort to fly. It's all encompassing. And Boston College was pretty all-encompassingly good in that first couple of sets. And that was awful. You maybe take it. That wasn't good.
Well, they were flying, certainly on the offensive end, with a 340 hit percentage. Syracuse, which started off great, hitting almost 600 through the first half of that first set, dropping way off to 029. In fact, hit in the negatives in that second set. So, you know, in your mind, what was the big change for Boston College to be able to slow down Syracuse?
Well, I think it all starts from the block out. And the Eagles early on got some really solid performances, low error performances. Most notably, Jensen was really strong. Crabtree, Schroeder is the two left sides. And when you can work there, when your block starts to get in position, it causes teams to try to do some different things. And by doing so, their errors start to go up from there. And we talked about how important that first set is when your team that is trying, when you haven't won a lot, when you're trying to get some wins. If you can get that first one, it can start to build momentum towards something. And you can kind of see the sparks, but it's about being consistent all the way through. And that's kind of the next step for this Syracuse team. And that's why, you know, when we talked about at 15-14 in the first set, where does it go from there? Boston College wins 5 of the next 6 points, gets out to 20-15, and they're able to take the set from there. And then kind of continued since that point. So if you're Syracuse here, trying to cut down on the errors a little bit, give yourself a chance, give yourself an opportunity.
They have been shut out in all but 2 ACC matches this year, trying to get off to a good start, but Elena Crabtree gets BC off to the quick start here in set 3.
You know, the big thing for Boston College, we still got a lot of way to go here, but these performances and these shots that Crabtree have chosen, that Jensen have chosen, can you build off those for the stretch run of the season here? Because I really like the game that they've played so far today.
Really, in a lot of ways, they've just kept it simple. There's the block, Jensen and Haggerty. Number 3 for Haggerty tonight.
Sometimes keeping it simple is not, you know, whatever it may be, not trying or anything like that. Sometimes it's your best option. It just allows you to simplify a little bit, and that can kind of be the best recipe sometimes.
Cornelia Roach with the serve to Schlichter. Liedermuller, the back set. Searzant's tip, dug up by Roach. Lambros, Crabtree off balance. Tried to create an angle there. Just couldn't do it. Set pushed her a little bit too far that time.
Now serving for Syracuse,
Zaria Harris-Woody back at the line. Line drive serve challenges Crabtree. Back set Jensen. Hard off the block. Schlichter pops it up. Liedermuller sets for Searzant. The tip right to Jensen. Quick set. Crabtree into the net. You can see Lambros and Crabtree trying to work on that timing a little bit.
We talk so much in this 6-2 system about the setter with the right side, but it's also different setters coming in for the left sides as well.
Lambros this time with a bump set. Crabtree will have plenty of time to search out something here. Opts for the tip. Searzant around the block right to Lambros. Murphy gives Crabtree another look, and she powers it. Comes back playable for Schroeder. Had to decide whether to play it or not. Out of the middle, it's Haggerty finishing things up. Probably a wise decision by Schroeder to play this ball as it came right back over.
Well, you'll see the first opportunity here from Crabtree, and then Schroeder does a good job to find it.
Petrie in to serve. Schlichter got a lot of it. Burnt with a bump set. Schlichter blocked but out. Took the hands of Sam Hoppus that time. First time we've had a chance to see the freshman from Texas. The other freshman from Texas, I should say. Hoppus and Schroeder, both from the Lone Star State. Searzant with a serve. And an ace. Again, caught Murphy flat-footed. That's happened a few times tonight from those line drive float serves from Syracuse.
Yeah, their serving's been pretty effective. Again, probably a few more errors than you would want overall, but they've done a nice job when it's been rolling, trolling the point from their serve.
Searzant again, this time Murphy ready for it. Petrie the back set. Crabtree blocked. Schlichter getting a piece of that along with Layla Smith.
Really good timing on the block there for Syracuse. Read that it was going to Crabtree.
Petrie to the middle. Haggerty finds the corner. Now BC's been almost perfect running the middles tonight. Haggerty now with 4 kills on 8 swings. Roach with a kill out of the middle. Crabtree serve. Searzant, slide ball. Smith out long, but blocking the net. And got it on Schroeder. So the Orange do get the side out. Retain the 2-point lead, and Schlichter goes back to serve.
Now serving for Syracuse, Rhea Schlichter.
Murphy takes the deep serve. Petrie, quick set for Schroeder. Tried to go down the line and just pushed it a little bit long.
Well, really good start to this third set for Syracuse. And so much we talk about the errors. The errors have come down early on in this set. They've done a nice job.
Hoppus off the block. Petrie back to Hoppus. And the block in the net? No. Double contact on the set. Wow. Well, we started this third set, Eric, talking about how BC had done a great job cutting down on the errors. They now have as many hitting errors this set as they did the entire previous two.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jason Kennedy use an early timeout if Syracuse gets another point here, just to try to reset a little bit.
Out of system look again. Schroeder from just beyond the 10-foot line. Got a kind deflection there off the hands as it fell in front of a diving Schlichter.
Sometimes what you need, right? Get a friendly bounce somewhere. Start to turn a run the other way. BC hasn't needed a ton of runs, but they've been able to go on them when they've had the opportunity.
Murphy has had one herself tonight. Searzant for McCabe. Dug up by Murphy. Petrie chases in front of the bench. Crabtree against the grain. Dumped into the block. Roach drills it down. Good job by Roach. First on the deflection, and then recognizing that ball was up for grabs.
Good choice here by the BC middle blocker. That was first, then decides, let's just take it. Block was a touch late, coming back up after the initial swing, so had the angle.
Blasted out of the middle by Smith, returning the favor. Smith in her first year with the Orange, a transfer from Alabama. Tight set. Petrie able to pull it out of the net, but then Roach unable to finagle it over. And again, some of these first touches for Boston College, challenging Petrie and Lambros.
And that's what we saw early in the first set. And again, it comes off the serve a lot of times. If the serve can be in a good position and that first touch isn't quite where you want it, then the setter comes out of position. It's very difficult to win points.
Schroeder pops it up. Murphy takes the set for Schroeder. Off the high hand, Schlichter. Searzant, quick set, pushed into the block. Harris Wadee didn't get much of a jump there. McCabe into the net. Roach going middle to pin, taking away space. Setter change again for the Eagles as Lambros returns along with Jensen. That one tails long. Lambros has been about 50-50 for the year, over 30 aces, but also has about 30 errors as well.
There's a balance when you have a really good server. You're never going to have a great server with no errors. It's going to come with the territory to some degree.
Schroeder. Oh, what an adjustment. Somehow carved out that crazy angle.
Boy, I thought that was going to be short when she first hit it, but this is just a great read to find the angle and just get it over the net. Really well done.
And Smith was taking up some airspace too. Somehow managed to get it around the blocker. Liedermuller to the middle. Roach there with a block. Schlichter saves. Back out for McCabe, or Searzant, excuse me. Schroeder with the dig. Lambros quick, Crabtree tip, and it falls. Quick set again. This time Crabtree opted for the short game.
Perfect look at that ball, just getting over those blockers.
Roach reaches, and it's going to be BC point. They're going to say Liedermuller went over first. Roach getting aggressive up there. There's certainly an argument to be made that she maybe went over the net before that ball got to the plane. But there won't be a challenge from the Syracuse side. Schroeder to try to tie it here. Slide ball McCabe, it's blocked, kept alive. Out for Searzant, out blocked, off Searzant and down. Jensen there with a roof.
Yeah, the momentum of the shot here for Searzant Watch as she makes contact and then just cannot, but she's falling back. Kind of lost her balance there a little bit. Nice comeback there for Boston College. 4 points in a row after falling behind.
Trying to make it 5. Murphy there. Jensen, roll shot, popped back. Syracuse, rejected again. Roach closing the door. Back-to-back blocks for BC.
And again, the block is a huge part of what's now a run for Boston College, 5-0, and it's going to force the Syracuse timeout.
Orange will take the break. BC tipping its way in front here in the third, 12-11 as the Eagles look for the sweep. For BC, Jensen and Roach combining for the last couple for the Eagles, and it has turned the tide here in the third set.
We've talked a lot about it, this Boston College team and where they rank in the ACC in terms of their blocks. They're 4th coming in. It's been one of their best assets so far, and it always allows you to overcome some things. The Eagles playing without Grace Penn today. One of their captains is a setter. But even kind of sparking some of these runs that BC has gone on. And the other thing, too, about the block men is it's not just the same person. Obviously, Haggerty's really good. We've talked about Roach. But a lot of the different pins have helped out. It's kind of a full encompassing effort by this BC team up front.
Block was there again, and Murphy couldn't get through Crabtree to get to the second ball. So a little traffic violation, if you will, on the BC side. Broken play leads to the side out for the Orange, snapping the 5-0 Eagles run. Here comes Brookine, who's been arguably the best server tonight for Syracuse. Couple of aces of the 5 that the Orange have. Murphy, Lambros, quick, the flick, and Jensen delivers another kill.
I've been really impressed with the game that Katrina Jensen has played. 6 kills now. We've talked about this is now 3 games in a row. The numbers may not get all the way up to double digits depending on where we end up here with Boston College at 13-12 in the third set. But, you know, again, we talked about it. 13 against Georgia Tech, 16, 462 hit percentage against Clemson. Really starting to heat up at the right time of year.
Lambros gets a piece of it. Yelland with a great track down. Crabtree sends it over the free ball. Liedermuller back for Sierzant, deflected out. Crabtree unable to control that one. Sierzant now with 8 kills to lead the way for the Orange, along with 9 assists.
Now serving for Syracuse, Zarita Harris-White.
Well, this is about the stage in the first set where Boston College was able to grab control. The serve is out wide from Harris-Woody. Here comes Jane Petrie. You mentioned Grace Penn not in the lineup tonight for Boston College. Petrie, 11 assists, 1 ace, 1 dig. Has fit in pretty seamlessly into that starting role alongside Lambros as the 2-setter combo. Her serve goes just a little long. Hughes going to re-enter into the front row here as Liedermuller checks out. Sierzant back to serve for the Orange. Crabtree, tough pass. Petrie, long bump set. Hoppus made it work. Burt, Schlichter over the block and out. Got the rotation on it to clear the hands, but didn't get the dip at the end.
Now serving for Boston College, Elena Crabtree.
This has been a very competitive third set, and it brings us right to the point that we were at in the first, Ben, at 15-14 Boston College, same spot. Eagles went on a run from this point in the first. We'll see if Syracuse can avoid that here.
Haggerty turns away Schlichter twice, but it's recovered. Hughes sends it through everybody. Orange thought there was a deflection. Everybody showing the tip sign. And there will be an overrule from the down official saying he got the tip. So Hughes wins the debate.
Let's see if we can find it. Yep, I think that is the correct call.
And it looked like for a moment the down official pointed at the video board here at the Canal Center. Is it one of those sort of unofficial instant reviews? To the middle, Haggerty tools the block. gets the quick response and the side out for BC. So quick shift for Haggerty. She'll be subbed out as Roach will re-enter and Murphy goes back to serve.
It's like they're checking on the rotation here for BC.
Well, everything confirmed.
All right.
And Roach subs back in. It was in that first set, too, that you mentioned that it was Murphy's run at the line, 4-0, that really set the stage for that late first set rally from BC. Good pass from Burt. Big swing out of the middle by Layla Smith. So again, Syracuse not going anywhere here. Back even at 16 as the teams trade points here. Orange led by as many as 4 early in this third set before 5-0 BC run. Got us back on even terms. Hoppus tip blocked. Great save by Petrie though. Schroeder's look down the line, dug up by Searzant. Hughes put it up for grabs. Murphy's there. Petrie, quick set, Schroeder through the seam.
When Boston College has gone quick today, I know they've gone a little bit slower this year than maybe they have in years past, but when they've gone quick today, that's been the most effective they've been. You're going to see it here from Petrie. The low set gets over to Schroeder, who can make that shot, can angle it perfectly. The block is not quite set up. Really well done.
Lambros back into serve, overpass. Schroeder elects to take 3. Quick set to the middle, dumped down by Roach. Another quick ball, and the Greenwich, Connecticut native picks up her second kill. Make that 3 for Roach. Tough pass. Free ball coming. Murphy, Lambros, Schroeder. Just put it wide. That was a good-looking set from Lambros, and maybe just a little too much behind that one from Schroeder.
It's a pretty good-looking shot again. Just didn't quite have the angle, but that's certainly not one you're upset at. It's a pretty good try.
Tough serve from Liedermuller. Schroeder has to save it. Crabtree put a good swing on it. To the middle. Murphy digs it up. Quick set for Jensen. Put some air under that tip. Liedermuller to the middle off the block. Schroeder one-hand dig. Lambros, Jensen again. Blasts it off the block and out.
You know, that's a point there for Boston College where it's a little bit of a miss hit off the serve, off a good one. It's a little bit of a miss hit off one of the sets, but you just get it over and you give yourself a chance. And then you can still find a way to win the point. And that third set is really good. And again, we've talked about Kat Jensen a lot, up to 7 kills, just 1 attack error today. Again, another solid performance.
Schroeder handcuffs Searzant with a serve, bumped over by McCabe. Murphy with the free ball. Lambros, quick set, Roach through the block and down. Another free ball leads to a successful point for BC. Timeout, Syracuse. Orange down by 3. Trying to find a way to continue on here in the third. You can see the ability, certainly from Liedermuller and Searzant, as well as some of the other young players on this Syracuse team. Out of the timeout, tough serve again from Schroeder, and Liedermuller gets caught in the net. One thing that'll help Syracuse, again, looking ahead to next year, just going to be filling out the depth of the roster. You know, tough to compete night in and night out in the ACC with only 9 or 10 bodies.
It's just really difficult. And again, that is as important as anything. But boy, is there a lot of experience being gained by this group. And absolutely, they'll be able to grow from that.
Jensen with a good roller there, falls in front of Liedermuller. Little adjustment there from the senior, who is noted for her powerful swings, but has shown some nice touch at times tonight. Eagles with the 2 points out of the timeout to stretch the lead to 5. And Schroeder follows it up with an ace, her second.
Well, just to finish that point on Jensen, I mean, we'll see what happens here. BC 2 points away from wrapping it up. This would be back-to-back plus 450 hit percentages for Jensen.
Schroeder again into the net. So the run comes to an end for Schroeder, but Boston College now with a little bit of cushion here, trying to close this one out in straight sets over the Orange. We mentioned the return matchup, November 17th at Syracuse, in between a true home and home, which you don't see a lot of necessarily these days, but that's the case for BC with NC State. Game separated by a week. Jensen off the back set, powers it off the block and out. Another terrific back set there by Lambros, who really has those dialed in for Jensen.
It's been really excellent today. And again, most notable is just the one attack error, also 3 blocks mixed in as well. Solid all-around performance. 615 hit percentage as BC hits match point.
Yellen trying to close it out. Schlichter's pass, Liedermuller for Searzant, off the block, falls right to Schroeder. Lambros for Jensen, and that will do it. Jensen becomes the only player tonight with double-digit kills as she hits her 10th and wraps up a victory for Boston College. The Eagles snap their 5-match losing streak, and Jason